what this black women should accept the bare minimum crap that black men have, but I do want to talk to you guys for a moment about the Papa's Dusty who got a decent woman at discount prices. He basically didn't take her out anywhere expensive, canceled 2 dates, is on his second marriage, is basically living off of her, bumming it like a broke basica. Women have been doing it for many, many years. Women have been expecting men to be protectors and providers, going out their way to make sure that a woman has room and board. Women have to now start accepting the fact that things are drastically changing to where you cannot expect for a man to be a provider for you any longer. Those days are over. Men are not providers. They are maintainers. They are there to help you maintain a lifestyle that you have already created for yourself. Average Dusty is not making over $50,000 a year, so you are going to have to partner up with him financially. Does this mean that you have to accept the bare minimum from a Dusty? No, it does not. You could just simply not choose an average man. But then you have to understand how slim your pickings are if you decide to not date outside your race. A lot of average African American Dusties are having a difficult time out here in these streets. And they're flat out telling you this in all of these podcasts and video clips that you're seeing. And as you can see, most women are like, okay, I'll go out there and get the lifestyle I want, and hopefully you'll be able to keep up. But what I can tell you, ladies, is the days of you making all of this money, going to work every day and keeping your money in your pocket while your husband or boyfriend pays for everything are over. The average man is not going to do that. And if you go chasing after all of these wealthy men, you have to deal with the fact that most of them are either going to be polyamorous openly or they're going to cheat on you behind your back. Now with some good men out there, keyword some. Okay, let's go with barely. Barely any men out there. Because too many men care too much about the male gaze. They're more concerned about how their homies feel about who they date and who they're married to. Men marry the woman that's supposedly the flex. And their other male counterparts are telling them to have variety, quantity, while their wife is quality. But they have a quantity of chicks. They're having their cake and they're eating that shit too, ma'am. I've noticed that a lot of these men are out here looking for a woman to replace their mama, whether their mother was a single mother or not.
If a man tells me that he was raised by a single mother and his single mother did everything herself, had to do everything herself, and he speaks on it like he's proud of the fact that she had to do every single thing herself, he's going to be looking for you to do everything plus whatever the fuck you got to do in that relationship.
That means you cook for him, you clean for him, you take care of the kids all alone while still going to work, paying for everything while he out here struggling to keep a damn blue-collar job. There are plenty of men who are out here telling other men not to date single mothers. Well, let me share something with you ladies. There is a difference between a high-end single mother and a low-energy baby mama. And a lot of the men who are out here telling other men not to date single mothers were actually raised by a low-energy baby mama. So this is what you need to do as a woman. If you find out that the man that you are dating was raised by a single mother, you need to find out what kind of mother she was. Low-energy single mothers create dusties on period. Try to figure out what kind of relationship these men have with their mother. That will let you know how well they're gonna treat you. At this point, y'all should be loving the mama's boys and the nerds. I told y'all a long time ago, get a man who is MC squared. This man need to know how to use a damn protractor and a Texas Instrument. Better get you a nerd quickly. I'm dumbfounded by the fact that these dusties don't understand the fact that a marriage is a partnership. You don't have gender roles inside of a marriage.
Why don't the women want to cook and clean for the men anymore?
Because they're tired, bro. They have to go to work every day.
They're tired?
Yeah, they got to go to work every day, just like you.
What are they tired of?
Of working. It's not hard. I mean, that shouldn't even be like, I don't even understand the question. Like, they're tired. Aren't you tired when you get home from work?
They're working every day, so they're tired. That's why I don't want to cook or clean.
Yeah. You think I want to work 8 hours and then come home and then cook and clean? I mean, I do it because I have to. I have 5 children. But yeah, I mean.
Do you have a woman right now?
What's that?
Do you have a woman right now?
I've been married for over 20 years. Okay.
Does your wife work?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the roles in a marriage?
What are you talking about, roles? And everybody does what they have to do.
Well, okay.
Roll
What do you do? What does she do?
for a living.
No, in the house for the marriage. What do you guys do? What are your roles?
Roll. I don't understand the question. She does what needs to be done that day if she has time to do it, and if she doesn't, I do it. I do what needs to be done that day, and if I don't have time to do it, she does it. With roles, I don't know what you're talking
How
about.
do you not know what roles are in a marriage? You're married for 20 years. You guys don't
Because
have
those
any
don't
roles?
exist. Because those don't exist.
Anyone who has been inside of a healthy long-term marriage will tell you that. Y'all taking advice from each other. It's like one Dusty taking advice from another Dusty. One Dusty will tell another Dusty, oh, a woman should cook and clean. If she isn't cooking and cleaning for me, then that means something is wrong with her. That's Dusty dialogue. A male who is prestigious in the manhood department will tell you that anytime he's been in a relationship or a marriage with a woman, they have shared responsibilities and duties as far as the household goes. This is not rocket science. All it's about is reciprocity. If I'm tired, you cook, you clean. If you tired, I cook, I clean. What happened to if I scratch your back, you scratch mine? Don't be telling me to go out here and find a back scratcher. You my back scratcher. These Dusties have a warped definition of what a man is. And please don't come in my comment section talking about, say some, not all men. That's something a Dusty says, because any man who is truly a man knows that when I say something that doesn't apply to him, I ain't talking about him. He know he ain't a Dusty. These Dusties have a warped definition of what a man is. And please don't come in my comment section talking about, say some, not all men. That's something a Dusty says, because any man who is truly a man knows that when I say something that doesn't apply to him, I ain't talking about him. He know he ain't a Dusty. I don't make content bashing men. I will eviscerate a damn Dusty. Dusties get so mad at you, they don't even want to do any self-reflection or self-evaluation. I think deep down inside, they do know that they're the problem, but they're too lazy to do the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual work it takes to be a better man. That's all it boils down to at the end of the day. They got all this energy to come in my comments and say all of this negative stuff, deflecting, trying to insult me, but never want to take the time to understand that the fact that they are even triggered means that what I'm saying applies to them, because any man it doesn't apply to is not going to feel some type of way about anything that I'm saying, because he knows that the behavior that I am describing does not belong to him. And men who aren't Dusty still are a part of the problem, because they aren't doing what they're supposed to do as men by holding these men accountable and making it a requirement to take accountability. Some of them do want to say, oh, that's not the type of man I am. That's just the man you choose. Well, what you're supposed to do as a man is grab your balls, stand up to other men, and encourage each other to make it extremely difficult for a woman to make a poor choice in man. The less amount of men who are Dusties, the less likely it would be for a woman to choose one. Your job as a man is not to torment women. A male who is prestigious in the manhood department, he knows better. He knows that putting down women is not the way that you win this war. Putting down women that are not your preference is a waste of male energy. You could be using your energy to build wealth, to build better communities, to work on your leadership skills, to accumulate more resources so that you can protect your family and your women. You may not be a Dusty. You may think you're not a Dusty, but it's enough Dusties out here for it to be a problem for you. Because by 6 degrees of separation, these Dusties are affecting your life in some kind of way. If they're not affecting you directly, they're affecting you indirectly by targeting the women in your life. When you Dusties ask women to make all of the changes, you are telling women that we are the ones that lead, that we are the only ones that can change the outcome of an entire community. It would take us working together for us to be able to change how things are going.